somebody else.
You know, when I watch you come up to the podium and give these speeches and stump for Barack Obama, I can't help but wonder, in my mind, what's going through your mind, thinking this could have been me, this should have been me. How do you feel about that position when you so desperately wanted to beat him and now you're stumping for him?
Well, but I ran because I believe in the values and the principles of the kind of reform and change that I wanted to see for the country. And so for me, it is all about how we're going to get to where we need to go. And I just have no doubt in my mind that given where the country is today, Barack Obama and Joe Biden are the leaders that we need. So I just get out and work as hard as I can because I, as a senator, want a Democratic president who I can work with to solve a lot of these problems.
And yet some of your 18 million supporters are not going to vote for Barack Obama, even though you come out and stump for him. Some high-profile ones who come on our show and they say, you know what, for us it comes down to trust. It comes down to experience. Are you angry at your former supporters who will not support Barack Obama? Or does a certain part of you look at that and say, they're still standing up for me?
No, I'm disappointed because I think if they supported me, then what I stand for and what I have fought for in not just my public life, but going back my entire adult life, is much more in line with where Barack and Joe Biden are than where the McCain-Palin ticket is. You know, I'm sure that the vast majority of the people who supported me are going to vote for Barack. It took some a little longer than others, but there will always be individuals who have a different take on it, as there would have been if I'd been the nominee and people who had supported Barack very strongly. But when it really comes down to what's at stake in the country and what our future demands, I just don't even think it's a close contest.
Sexism was such a huge topic when you were running for president. And as I continue to do interviews about this on a daily basis, and I look now at Sarah Palin, it seems to me that unfortunately the sexism issue has superseded party lines.
I think it's part of our culture. I think it's part of our just human makeup still. I mean, we have certainly gone way beyond where any society has ever been in expanding opportunities for women and giving, women every chance to fulfill their God-given potential. But there are remnants, and we still see it, and we have to fight against it, and we have to stand up against it, and we need, people in my position and your position to call others on it when it happens, because, there's plenty to compete over in our country, and we love competition. We're a very, thankfully, meritocratic country. But when it comes to categorizing people, whether it's race or gender, whatever it might be, we need to keep trying to eliminate that.
And we did call them on it at
Yes.
Fox. In fact, I think you went on record as saying that Fox was the most fair and balanced place during the time when you were running.
There were a lot of times when I appreciated the commentators and reporters on Fox who, did step up and make that clear. And it doesn't end with this campaign. It doesn't end with...
Well, it's not ended now because
No.
Sarah Palin's facing the same thing, is she not?
If you're a woman in a high enough, visible enough position, some of that's going to happen.
Look at that. We ought to do a commercial with her.
Yeah, no kidding. And Governor Ed Rendell was also with her at this event, and he also said the exact same thing. As a Democrat, that the most fair and balanced approach to the primary season, and continues to be right here on Fox.
And you caught up with her in a place where she did very well in Pennsylvania, and they're doing very well now as the Barack Obama camp. Meanwhile, straight ahead, does Hillary Clinton's plan to run for president again? Gretchen will reveal the answer to that shortly.